Prop 22. So the summary of this prop is that it classifies app-based drivers as independent contractors instead of employees and provides independent contract drivers other compensation unless certain criteria are met. Fiscal impact, minor increase in some state taxes paid by rideshare and delivery company drivers and investors. What does a yes on this vote mean? A yes on this vote means app-based rideshare and delivery companies could hire drivers as independent contractors. Drivers could decide when, where, and how much to work, but would not get standard benefits and protections that businesses must provide employees. Now, a no on this vote means app-based rideshare and delivery companies would have to hire drivers as employees if courts say that a rent state law makes drivers employees. Drivers would have less of a choice about when, where, and how much to work, but would get standard benefits and protections that businesses must provide employees. So basically, I'm voting yes. Yes, because it allows the drivers to choose. Because, okay, here's the thing about a lot of these driving app companies like rideshares, like Uber, Lyft, Grubhub, all these, anything that has to do with independent contractors, which would basically be anybody who downloads the app who decides to take it on as a part-time or full-time job, however much the individual person decides they want to work for the company. Because what's going to happen is if you vote no, it's going to make it a mandate, not even a mandate, it's going to make it, like an obligation and a mandate for the actual companies like Uber and Lyft and all them to have to hire these people full time. And the thing about the reason like a lot of these people start doing these apps is because they kind of just need money on the side. I'm sure there's people who do this full time. There's people who use Uber and Lyft and that's the majority of their income. But a lot of people here are not doing that full time for the majority of their work. A lot of people do this on the side. Some people have a main like full-time job and then do Uber and Lyft on the side as, some extra pocket money. So if you vote yes, it allows them to continue to do what they do on the side. And then, because think about it, if you vote no and someone has a full-time job, but they still need the extra money that they get from Uber or Lyft, then they would be forced to quit Uber or Lyft to maintain their full-time job. Unless you're working like a full-time job and then you're making more money on Lyft, then you would have to go over to Lyft. But then you would be missing out on the money that you're making from your other full-time job. So it's like, it's a weird kind of it's individually based. Every person is different. Every person's situation is different. And that's why it's perfect for Uber and Lyft to exist, because it caters to different people's individual needs. Not everyone needs this app as a full-time job. And the people who do have the app as a full-time job, they can still work it as a full-time job. The only thing is that you're not going to get the benefits of like healthcare or medical insurance or anything like that. But also too, it's a demand job. So if people, like right now, people aren't traveling as much because of the whole shutdown. So if people can't travel as much, you're not going to be making as much money anyways. So you don't want to crash an industry that is kind of dependent on the needs of people's transportation. So if people don't need to transportate, then you kind of don't have a job anyways. So it doesn't really make sense to mandate that these companies hire people full-time and give them the benefits when you don't know if the company can exist itself if people aren't going to be using the service. Let's see what else here. I mean, that's pretty much it. Anyways, so yeah, vote yes on Prop 22. Give people the autonomy over their own jobs, the independence to decide whether or not they want to work full-time or if they want to work part-time as a contractor.